We're doing it. Already paused the music, already on the road, already at a stoplight. I was thinking about it. I was like, this is a recording of my driving, and I'm sure I'm not a perfect driver, but I was like, could I get in trouble from a video that shows me doing something that I wasn't supposed to do? I don't know. It was like one of those, I always try to look over my shoulder when I'm backing up, no backup camera. But I'm like, what if? You got to play the what if game. Speaking of what ifs, I was given a book from my mom, and this was a book given to my real dad from Mike Butcher, which was one of his football coaches. I think it was his teacher as well, but I know it was a football coach. But after high school, they went on to become really good friends and went hunting and fishing and did lots of outdoor activities together. Anyway, I tell you that because this book that I was given was all about these outdoor adventures and whatnot. But I was talking to my high school kids about it, I feel like nowadays there are some incredible dudes in my class that I keep in contact with some kids. But I'm like, yeah, there's a world where I would love to take some of my awesome students camping, fishing. Not a hunter, but anyway, sounds fun. I feel like nowadays you just gotta think about everybody else saying, why is that teacher going camping with those guys? And I wouldn't put myself in that situation. You know what I mean? I'm like, it's kind of a bummer because I would love to take these kids camping, show them, all the manly stuff that we get into and have a good time. You kind of have to say, yeah, not even going to throw my name into that hat. Sorry, guys. But I get why the world is the way the world is, but I'm also like, it's kind of a bummer. It's a bummer that like Mike Butcher and my dad had like a super special friendship for years and years and years. And I know that would be the case. And I know you can have friendships, and I'm not worried about having friendships, but I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Nowadays, you get canceled or show up on Kern County activities for stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I don't even want to open up that world, Anyway, you get where I'm going with this whole thing. Let's go back to the old days, where we assume the best and we don't worry as much. And yeah, I don't know. Anyway, it's Wednesday, but I just got done saying, hey, happy Tuesday to my kids. To which they replied, Dad, you're so crazy. You thought it was Tuesday. And I'm like, no, I knew it was Wednesday. All morning I've known it's Wednesday. I packed up Palmer's backpack, packed his lunch because I know he goes to school on Wednesdays. I just said it wrong, and I'm really not that silly. It's called mistakes. I make a ton of them. And I think maybe once you make a ton of them, you're like, dude, these don't even faze me anymore. You're like, yeah. I was up in front of a bunch of people doing interview prep stuff, and the girl I talked to worked at Chick-fil-A. But when I was up there talking about her, I said that she worked at Chipotle. And honest mistake, I knew that she worked at Chick-fil-A, but my brain said Chipotle, which say Chick-fil-A and Chipotle 3 times fast, man. Talk about I'm like, that is the silliest mistake, but all of them ate it up. They were like, you thought she worked at Chipotle. Like, dude, she works at Chick-fil-A. Really stinking close. I get that they're different places. I knew she worked at Chick-fil-A, but my mouth just said Chipotle. Freaking Chipotle. So, we're rolling into our Wednesday. Rolling out our launch plan. And I was thinking in the shower today, which is a weird thought. I was talking about the failure to launch. I'm trying to think of a clever name to name this end of the year project. I think we want to call it, say we, it's myself. I want to call it Launch Week, where we have interview week, and then after interview week, it's all about launch week. And our school does not have a mascot, and I was like, dude, we're the launchers. How cool is that? Like grenade launchers, water balloon launchers, rocket launchers. I don't know. It's like, I thought that would be a really cool mascot. So you know what I'm going to do. I am going to hop on a little bit of Gemini, Google Gemini AI, make me a mascot for high school students called the Launchers. And, put together, sometimes you just go above and beyond because that is what you were called to do. So anyway, that's what we're doing. Going above and beyond today. Stinking Chipotle. Anyway, I hope your Wednesday is something you're excited about. I hope it's getting you to where you want to be going. I'm feeling really close to 100%. And woke up naturally about an hour earlier than I probably wanted to. But it was kind of nice to just have a quiet morning and spend some alone time. And then get the kid time. You know what I mean? It is the coolest thing to have a little 7-year-old wake up and say, Dad, dude, living the dream. Maybe not the dream, but it's really close. Lots of good things going. So maybe just telling myself that I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. I should end this. Have a wonderful, wacky, waving, inflatable arm flailing tube man Wednesday.